So before we get into the actual unboxing of this stabilizer, what I do want to talk about is subscribing. And normally I wouldn't do this, but YouTube just recently changed their requirements for monetizing your videos on YouTube. And one of those requirements is that you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So if you look down, see that I have less than 1,000 subscribers, if you could, it would really help me out to subscribe, because the cool thing about being able to be monetized, even though I'm not getting a ton of money, I bought this and also my upcoming lights that I've promised I've been going to buy. I actually bought all of this with my profits from YouTube. So this is courtesy of you guys watching my videos, but in the upcoming future, I won't be able to do this because I won't be getting any YouTube money anymore. So putting that out of the way, as you can see, the object that I'm going to be unboxing is the Zhiyun Crane V2. Now, this is a 3-axis gimbal, and if you aren't familiar with what a gimbal is, it's basically just a camera stabilizer for like video purposes. The cool thing about these stabilizers is that, you know, you can kind of get cool semi-professional looking shots pretty easily. Now, I actually already own a stabilizer, and it's a fairly popular one. It's made by GlideCam, which is, you know, a huge company. They make tons of stabilizers, but the difference between that one and this one is that this one's electronic. The GlideCam that I have, which is the GlideCam HD 2000, is fully manual, no electronics. Basically all it is metal pole, some bearings, and a camera mount at the top. Now, there's benefits and drawbacks to each one, and actually I'm going to be going over that in a future video where I'm going to be comparing the GlideCam HD 2000 and the Zhiyun Crane. And I think what's going to be unique about that when I do it is I'm actually going to use my girlfriend. I'm going to have her operate this and the GlideCam HD 2000, just kind of get you guys a good idea of what it would look like for somebody who doesn't have a ton of experience operating each one of these items, what you would expect to see if you were to buy one, and kind of the difficulties or ease of use that you would be having with these things. So without further ado, let's get into the actual unboxing of the Zhiyun Crane V2. So as you can see, this is the box. And you can read on the front, it's designed for DSLRs and mirrorless cameras up to 3.9 pounds. So just to put that into perspective, 3.9 pounds, that's huge. I don't really know too many camera combos, camera lens combos that you would have that would be 3.9 pounds. Like if you're, what I would consider to be like a heavier camera setup, a heavier DSLR setup would be like a Canon 5D Mark IV with a Canon 24-70L lens. Each one of those components, the lens and the camera, weigh 1.7 pounds, so that would only bring you up to 3.4 pounds. So something that's that heavy, I think, would be in the realm of possibility for a lot of people, and I can't really think of too many situations where you'd have something that's almost 4 pounds. So as you can see, 3-axis stabilization, so that's kind of like the twisting movement, the up and down movement, and the roll movement right there. I think those are the 3 axes. So fast camera setup, and then responsive operation and fitted carry case. So I'm gonna open it up and check out the first kind of features of what we have here. Okay. So as you can see, it's kind of a Pelican style case, really hard plastic, feels pretty sturdy. I would say that this is very, very similar to what a Pelican case is like. I have one, so yeah, I would agree that it's like a Pelican case. It's got some nice latches, and let's check it out on the inside. Okay, so there you have it. You see it's got some nice foam. Each piece is laser cut, you know, to have a nice fit so it's not knocking around. And let's start off with the most important piece, and that's the actual stabilizer. So I'm gonna pull this out, and there you go. This is the the part where the camera would be mounted to the front. So there's the camera mount, and you see all of these twisty pieces. Kind of seems a little bit unwieldy at first, but you can see the 3-axis stabilization. So you have the twisting motion where the camera is stabilized in this direction, the up and down, or no, this is the left and the right motion, and then you have the up and the down motion. So it does a pretty good job. My friend Chris Mega Games, it's a gaming YouTube channel, but my friend Chris, we've been friends for quite a long time now. He has one of these, and that's why I decided to actually go out and buy one myself, because he's also a really, really great videographer, and he has used this on a few music videos of his, and I really love how it looks. I've only been able to kind of operate it like a couple times, so I know what it's like to use it just for short periods of time, and I've always really wanted one ever since I saw him get one. So there's the main portion right here. I'll talk about this in a future video when I actually do a full review, because I am not qualified at this point to do a full review of this, this stabilizer. And then you have the rest of the handle down here at the bottom, which also doubles as the battery holder. So this would twist onto the bottom, you'd stick the batteries in and just twist it in like that. So that goes onto there. And obviously these batteries are huge. Now, one thing that I've been reading online is I think they say that these batteries will last for 12 to 18 hours, which my friend Chris has totally attested to. He said that it lasts forever. The shoots that he's gone on, it's outlasted his camera. So that's something good. But one thing to keep in mind is that even though this is an electronic stabilizer, you do have to balance it, because if you have a camera setup that's unbalanced, you know, it's tipping and flipping all over the place, those motors are gonna have to work extra hard to ensure that the camera is stabilized. So if you can get it as close to balance as possible, that's gonna really reduce the amount of battery usage that you're gonna be needing. And with the reduced battery usage, you have the longer battery life. So to keep in track with the batteries, here you have the battery charger, and it plugs in via micro USB, which is also included. So this just plugs in to this, and you can plug in the other side to what Zhiyun has said you need to plug it into an approved charger. So I think that would be, you know, maybe just like a good quality power brick or something like that, but it charges 2 batteries at once, so that's really nice, relatively fast charging. And then this is kind of an odd little piece right here. I had to kind of do a little bit of reading on all the bits and pieces, but this is actually a lens support. So this mounts onto the front of the camera mount right here, and I guess supports just heavier lenses or something like that. So I haven't really used this too much when I saw it on my friend Chris's, but I think that that's probably something that will be beneficial for you. And then you have the 2 screws. I think one mounts onto the bottom of the camera, and the other one mounts into the lens support that I just showed you guys. So yeah, nice. You don't have to use any tools. It's all, you know, finger tight, so that's nice. You don't have to worry about tools. Okay, so I've actually fully charged the batteries. I put it all together, balanced it, all that, just because I want to show you guys how it works, what it looks like when it's actually functioning, so you can kind of get a more real idea of what it looks like when you're operating it. So first things first, there are 3 modes on this, and each mode has a different use, a different benefit, different drawbacks. The first one being this one, which is, I think, called the pan mode, the pan stabilize. So the special thing about this one is no matter if I move the camera, like the stick up and down, it keeps the camera level facing this way. But if I twist the handle, it moves the camera nice and smooth. It's not jumpy or anything. So like if you're trying to follow an object like that, it'll actually keep it nice and level this way without having too much, you know, crazy camera movement left and right. Just nice smooth look. The next one is where it's actually locked in place. So if I twist the handle like this, it still stays locked in place. if I move it up and down, it still stays absolutely level. So there's a couple of shots that this would be good for, like if you're trying to get trying to track a certain point. Like I'll show you some footage a little bit later of a building in Balboa Park where I had the camera locked onto that position, and as I moved left and right, it didn't go left, didn't go right, didn't go up, didn't go down. It's just nice stabilized shot that looked like it was from a far more expensive piece of equipment than this camera. So the third mode is what is basically like a free movement mode. So if I move the stick up, it slowly points the camera up, and if I move the stick down, it slowly moves the camera down. So this is if you're just trying to full on track an object, or maybe do like a fancy shot where you're going from like the top left down to the bottom right, tracking an object or tracking some motion. And then also with this mode, which is kind of a cool effect, I think it would be cool for like a music video or something, you can actually tilt the camera like this. So maybe if you're trying to do like some sort of like sweeping shot in, you could go just like that. And you could think of 100 different uses for that, but it's something I think is pretty cool. And I'm gonna be showing you guys a little bit of footage in just a second. So another cool thing about this stabilizer is that it actually comes with an app that you can pair your phone with the stabilizer. So on the app, you can either use it like a joystick where you can actually control the stabilizer from your phone, or you can even change different aspects of how the stabilizer works. So you can change how slow or how fast some of the modes like left and right work, different aspects like that. But I'm gonna get into that in a future video where I actually do like a full review of this. What I'm gonna show you guys right now is just some sample footage that I shot today down at Balboa Park. I think it's pretty cool. And keep in mind, this is all shot with this first day ever using it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that footage, just a little bit of stuff that I shot out in Balboa Park when we were walking around. Keep in mind, that was the first time I ever really used this stabilizer, so I'm still getting used to it, but I think that's a good representation of what you can expect when you get one of these and use it. You can get some pretty good footage right out of the box. It doesn't take too long to charge, and you can get some pretty good footage right off the bat. So one cool thing about this stabilizer is Zhiyun, the company that makes this, actually came out with a newer stabilizer recently, which is called, it's kind of confusing because this is the Zhiyun Crane V2. They have the Zhiyun Crane 2. So very, very similar names, but they're a little bit different. The Zhiyun Crane 2 has a higher capacity, a few more features, all that. I don't really need all of that because I really don't even have a camera that's over 4 pounds. The Zhiyun Crane 2 has a carrying capacity of like 7 pounds, which I just don't have anything yet that would be absolutely necessary. So maybe in the future I'll get one. But the good thing about that for you is that these are on sale right now. This one I got on sale, I think it was $3.99. So if you kind of think about that, it's not too bad considering what you could expect to spend for like a manual stabilizer like the GlideCam HD 2000, which is the one I have. I think they sell for like $400 or $500. I'm gonna put that up on screen because I have no clue how much they cost right now. When I bought it used from some random guy for like $300. So it's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world, and it doesn't have obviously like some of the features that this might have. So not too bad. And like I said, I bought this all with my YouTube money. So to kind of wrap that back into the end of the video, I do want to thank you guys for watching the entire video. keep in mind that I'm going to be doing a full review of this, along with a kind of like a versus of the glide cam that I have. So keep an eye out for that. But if you can subscribe, it would help immensely because I need to get monetized again. That would be very, very helpful. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching the entire video, and I will see you on the next one.